her attorney said that we should get those by the end of next week. And now, of course, from Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, we heard a little bit about their plan, too. He talked about how they want this case moving forward as quickly as possible.
What if I told you Blake Lively's boldest move this year didn't involve a movie premiere, a Met Gala gown?
I think I'm just brunette because of the books.
And everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
There was an article recently saying that Leighton and I were frenemies, and it's
frenemies. Is that the new term? Frenemies?
Yeah, we're friends, but we're also enemies. And it's really strange because they always want to pit women against each other. You don't hear about like Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and competitive.
Or a witty Ryan Reynolds tweet, but a courtroom filing that has everyone doing a double take. Let's get one thing straight. Blake Lively isn't just another celebrity. She's one of the few Hollywood figures who balances glamour and grace with an air of mystery. You won't catch her oversharing online.
Before now, I lived there for about 3 years as a preteen, which I don't want to remember.
Really?
You had
kind of an unconventional. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
All right. Tell people the situation that you were in with your parents and everything.
My parents had been part of a very interesting lifestyle, I guess you could say.
They were in prison.
Yes.
Okay.
And when it comes to her family, she keeps things tightly under wraps. That's why her recent legal action has the internet scratching its head and whispering. Here's the scoop. Blake just filed for trademarks under the names of her 4 children. And yes, we mean all of them, even the baby whose name hasn't been made public yet. The trademarks aren't just protective either.
That Gossip Girl star Leighton Meester was in a battle of the bucks with her estranged mother Constance. Constance is suing her famous daughter because she claims Leighton is breaking an agreement they had by not paying her a monthly allowance. Leighton's attorneys have asked the judge to throw the case out, stating that the lawsuit is based on a non-existent verbal contract. Leighton denies that she ever agreed to pay her mother any money, and that any funds she provided her with were not for Constance, but rather for Leighton's sick brother.
They're expansive. Think clothing lines, online stores, and entertainment-related services. Basically, full-on brand potential. Now, in the world of celebrities, this isn't unheard of. Jay-Z and Beyoncé did it. The Kardashians? Born ready for it. But Blake doing this? It feels a bit out of left field.
He's got a few of them. Come on, it was a joke. Lord have mercy.
That was a lot of information about cages, and I'm sorry, I was still thrown off by that stuff.
He was like, wow.
Who else didn't want to act in a cage?
Well, some of them started a cage. Yeah.
America Ferrera and Blake Lively stopped by Good Day LA, and the conversation quickly turned to Gossip Girl, like all conversations do now. That's when Miss Ferrera and I forged our own sisterhood of the traveling contempt for Gossip Girl.
I'm surprised how much hasn't happened. You know, at the end of the first season, I was like, okay, well, what happens now? But we have a few more characters already in the beginning of the first season that come in and mess up our lives even more. We start in the Hamptons, which is a staple of New York socialites that you haven't yet seen. And, you know, we all kind of dated each other's way to date more people or each other's parents. And
Especially when you consider how quiet she and Ryan Reynolds have been about their kids' lives. So naturally, people are wondering, is this a smart, protective mom move? Or is it a step into the strange world of child branding before the kids can even spell their own names? Let's look at both sides.
Let's talk about your relationship. Was there a relationship before this film? Did you guys know each other? Did you meet at a fancy George Clooney party? I imagine this is what I imagine in my brain. Movie
we
stars
met at a non-fancy George Clooney party.
One
of the really casual ones.
In a basement somewhere.
Yeah. He's really letting himself go. Well, I met Blake. I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I've met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. Look at the body language experts analyzing this right now. How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.
Any, through the years, have you ever been up for the same role, to your knowledge?
I I mean, we're exactly the same type. So, yeah, I mean, I assume that Blake has lost many roles to my glamour, beauty, and elegance.
When you hear
sorry about it, Blake.
my singing voice, you know,
oh, it was neck and neck, pitch perfect.
If
Into the
if
woods,
I
last
were
night.
to open my cherub lungs, she
boy.
wouldn't have a career. So,
The sacrifices she's made for me.
I really have.
You do share a number of things in common, though, I would say. I mean, cooking is something that both of you enjoy to
And that's
various
really
degrees.
the first thing that when you go into an audition, they're like, can you decorate a sugar cookie?
We've got piping bags, go.
Yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't like we met and we were like so baking, am I right?
Now I sound like an asshole. Like,
Oh,
the
no.
two women love baking.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But you do both love a good cupcake, from what I gather.
Oh yeah. Are there people who don't?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm
Like,
really
who
sorry
doesn't?
for them.
Yes, that's not the kind of person
Just
you want to hang out with.
Really awful, unhappy people.
From a business standpoint, it makes sense. The moment a celebrity baby name is revealed, trolls, opportunists, and random people rush to snatch up domain names, start fake Instagram accounts, and even sell merch. It's wild, but it's true. By trademarking her children's names early, Blake is arguably avoiding legal battles down the road. She's locking it all down before anyone else can make a profit off her family. Some would even call it empowering.
Yeah. Like, so now the other thing I want to ask you, how do you feel like how does it feel like the movie's being impacted kind of by everything happening around going on in the world?
Why, what happened? I did ayahuasca and the last year of my life is just gone, but I've heard the movie's amazing.
Wait, thank you.
Paul, we really wanted to make this second movie, and I was like, Paul, he wanted to shoot in Capri, and I was like, that sounds amazing, but it's very expensive, and let's just, shoot in Connecticut. That's where the first one took place. I didn't understand why it needed to be Capri, and now I want to live there. I love it so much. They serve you ice cream and lemons, and like it's just magical. And they sell hats. That crazy, beautiful hat was just a hat in a store. Like humans buy that.
She's not waiting for the world to define her daughters. She's creating a legal framework that gives them the option to use their names however they choose when they're older. It's like laying the foundation for them to walk into any business or creative space on their own terms. But the critics have a point too. Isn't it kind of strange to turn your toddler's name into a business asset before they've even made a single decision in their life? Doesn't it blur the line between parenting and branding? Not to mention, Blake and Ryan are notoriously private.
Promotional interviews for the movie, Blake seemed cheery and bubbly, even cracking jokes when discussing the disheartening theme of the movie.
So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
They've taken lengths to keep their kids out of the spotlight. No red carpets, no Instagram features. So, for someone who's so fiercely protective, why go so public with this? Some think it's a calculated contradiction, that Blake's legal move might be a quiet signal that something new is brewing, a brand launch, a family-focused business, or maybe even a children's line under her lifestyle umbrella. Others think she's just being thorough, that this is the price of fame today. You either secure your legacy, or someone else cashes in on it. Let's not forget, Blake's no stranger to smart moves. She's been building her business resume behind the scenes for years. Between her beverage company, her endorsements, and her ability to turn nearly anything she touches into trend gold, she's clearly thinking long-term. This legal move might just be another layer of her carefully crafted empire. Only this time, it includes her kids. Still, it does raise bigger questions about what celebrity culture is evolving into. Are we now in a place where babies need legal protection for their personal brands before they're out of preschool? Is this just the new normal, or a sign we've gone too far? Whatever your take, Blake's trademark filings are more than just paperwork. They're a statement. And whether it's about power, protection, or preparing for something big, it's got us all watching. Curious about what other surprising moves your favorite stars are making? Don't miss out. Subscribe now and stay in the loop with stories that go way beyond the headlines.